Hi, I'm Edie.
I'm Judy,
And
and
together
together
we're
we're
the
the
Rainbow
Rainbow
Grannies.
Grannies.
Yay!
Hey! We come on here every Saturday and Sunday morning, 8 a.m., and then again at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, just to have some coffee,
Coffee with the Rainbow Grannies.
right?
So if you can't remember who we are, if you just type in there, Coffee with the Rainbow Grannies, guess who will pop up? She
Mhm.
will. She will. She'll pop up. Hey, thank
Oh,
you very much for joining us. If you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit the bell so that each and every time we put up a video, you'll get a moment. Boy, do we have a few, or you'll get a notification letting you know
that's
that
right.
we're out here.
That's right.
I'm hoping Judy will help my brain work today because sometimes I just get like duh. Anyway, we were busy yesterday.
We were. I'm trying to still pull this up on here.
So Judy's working hard. We've got our TikTok going over here. We got our YouTube going over here. Hey, KCR, good morning. How you doing? And hey, Kate, good morning. How you doing? Those are two of the people I see over here on YouTube right now. If you're over on YouTube, just type hi on in the screen, and I'll give you a little shout out here. All the things that are said are recorded on YouTube. So if you want me to even say happy birthday to your little kid,
There we
just
go.
type in there, say my little baby's name is Bobby, and it's his birthday, and he wants you to say happy
Happy birthday,
birthday.
happy birthday.
Hey,
So,
so I'm gonna make sure I say hi over here on TikTok. I want to thank you over here on TikTok. I've got to make sure I reach out and say thank you very much for all the gifts we got. Yesterday, you
yeah.
guys were just sweet as can be, and every time we turned around, some kind of cute little thing was popping up on our camera there, and we get those gifts, and it puts a nice little check in there that TikTok sends us, and it allows us to buy pizza. So yesterday, what did we get yesterday? Yesterday,
Well,
well,
I tell
go
you what I
ahead.
think. What is what I think it let us do yesterday? Yesterday we went to see lunchtime opera.
Here, wait. Let me
Yes.
start off on this. Do you know how many times I suggest when people don't have something to do and they
Uh-huh.
don't have friends and they don't
Mm-hmm.
know what to do and they don't have
Mm-hmm.
nobody to hang out with? Where do I tell them to look?
Meet up.
Meetup.com. I tell them to go look on meetup.com all the time. And that's not a dating app, you know? I mean, any questions you guys are asking on TikTok, I'll get back to them in a few minutes. That's not a dating app. That's just an app
Yeah.
for people that are doing things that you might want to
Right.
do, maybe things you've never done before, things you'd like to do, or
Right.
whatever. So,
Right. Like we met a
yesterday,
woman who goes to the opera and she goes by herself because she's got no one who wants to go to the opera with her. But this lunchtime thing, it's a free thing in Pittsburgh. The opera school that puts this on. I think just about every month, one day a month, they put on a lunch hour where the students are out there singing songs from the opera, and they have somebody there to comment and tell us what's going on in this part of the opera. And they're fantastic. They're just
right.
fantastic. But say again, like I said, there's this woman who goes to the operas by herself, but she comes here with the meetup group, so she's is with other
So, I
people who
did
want to
see
opera.
on meetup.com for people that just like, I don't know, that might be interested. I did see where Madame Butterfly is having a meetup.com,
Oh yeah.
and there was some seats that are available still in the orchestra section, and which are the very expensive seats, and you can get seats to see Madame Butterfly, which, I mean, I don't
Mhm.
know what's good and what's not. I hear it is, but you can get seats, the best seats in the house available, for $45 if you
Wow.
go with the meetup group.
Wow.
And I mean, you can't beat that.
Yeah.
So
Can you make the print bigger on this?
so so what you
Yeah.
so so what yes. Okay.
Meetup group. Yeah. And so that's what we did. Edie looked up a meetup group for the lunchtime opera tomorrow, and that's what we did. So what I was saying is,
She met a convicted felon
yeah,
on the meetup. Well, you
yeah,
didn't even have to go on the meetup group to meet one of them.
no, no,
You
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 can
know
meet
that's
them
not too
easily
hard,
any place.
evidently. Go ahead.
Well, so instead of ordering a pizza and brownies yesterday with our gift money, we actually made a donation so that students can go and see the opera and experience the opera for free.
Yeah.
Because you never know what budding singer is out there.
Well,
You
yeah.
never know.
But anybody that's not familiar with us, since I see the numbers are dropping right now because people just popped in and they're popping
Mm-hmm.
out and everything. I'm Edie.
I'm Judy.
And
Just
together
boiling my coffee.
we're the Rainbow Grannies. We are part of the LGBT plus community. We come on here every Saturday and Sunday morning at around 8 o'clock in the morning, and we are part of the LGBT plus. We don't talk about politics or religion unless it has to do with the LGBT plus community. This is your opportunity to learn a little bit, ask some questions, maybe share something you want to share, you know. So,
And Adelaide is here. Say good morning, friends. I remember to click you on at 8 a.m.
hey, morning, Adelaide. You're back in the United States, I see. It's good to see you back. I want to make sure we had Renee just said, can you ladies say happy 60th birthday to my Uncle Leonard? We sure can. Hey, make sure Uncle Leonard looks over here on YouTube and sees where we say happy birthday, Uncle Leonard.
Have a good one. 60. Woo!
Yes. So, you know, Adelaide has been going back and forth to Mexico. And it turns out there's a real nice lesbian community in the city that she's been staying there. And that's got to be really, really nice to have a place to go and hang out.
Yeah. Hi, I'm from Australia and I'm living in Romania.
Wow.
And thank you, ladies, for being trailblazers and providing guidance for our community.
Well, thank you, Julie. That's very nice of you to say. Gigi says, good morning from Virginia. Well, it's nice to meet you too. So
love from Holland and from Detroit, Michigan, and from
Thank you.
Everybody coming in from all around the world.
I see we got a bunch of new followers too. If you're not following, then follow now so I can give you a shout out. Let's see. Rachel's the latest new follower. Thank you, ladies. He said,
thank you as well. Hey, Uncle Leonard.
Let's see. Good from Rhode Island.
And good morning, lovely lady
Mallory's
from Ohio. Hi from Switzerland.
Wow, that's nice. You know what? We have a post office box, and one of my favorite things is chocolate. I heard Switzerland. Don't they make chocolate in Switzerland?
Oh, you want chocolate from Switzerland?
Heck yeah.
There you go.
I heard they make some good chocolate over there, even though it could take 6 months to get here.
Yeah. Afternoon lady from London, UK.
Thank you very much.
And then another 6 months before we check the P.O. box.
Yes. So one thing I do want to talk about. So we did talk about, we went to the opera yesterday. That was really nice. And then on the way home, we went past. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm just reading Kelly here from Michigan. Says, my whole family now watches you with me. My quiet time with you has been invaded.
No. Dun, dun, dun. Kelly, I'm really glad. It's nice that they're enjoying us too, you know.
And Jalisco, Mexico is a great place for all LGBTQ plus folks to live and visit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
we were talking about.
So on the way home yesterday from being at the opera, we happened to come past like a like a market?
Oh yeah.
You know, like a what do you call them?
Yeah, you know those farmers markets.
Yeah, it was like a farm, but it's pouring down rain.
In the parking lot.
It was pouring down rain between a rain snow mix yesterday. We come through and there's this farmers market thing happening, and so we pulled the car over and took a chance and didn't pay for parking. That was what Rainbow Granny took and got on the wild side yesterday. We parked and did not pay for parking.
And we got in and out before we got ticketed.
We went to the opera and the lady let us park free. Remember?
That's true.
Because she said you got to be handicapped, and I told her I'm almost.
Well, you can't walk a long distance.
No, my knee needs replaced, and I had my shoulders replaced. So anyway, so we go there, and there's this man, and I had woke up yesterday morning talking about how I wanted gyros, right? Or gyros, whatever way you say them. Good Lord. This man, he had a little grandson there, looked like he's about maybe 10 or so.
Right.
He told the little boy, he says, get him a sample. That little boy took a napkin, and he held this napkin, right? And he took his little tweezer things or tongs, reached down in that thing, big pot full of lamb, and he plopped me down the thing, and it was like, ooh. And I'm trying to tell the man, I'll buy one because I was excited, I really wanted one. And he's like, no, sample it. I'm telling you. And then he fixed Judy one too.
Right. Not just eating, with Edie. We share. It's like, no, you get your own.
Oh my God.
So tender.
That meat was so good. that I mean, so then we went back and we ended up, I knew I wouldn't be able to eat a whole, because he gave us so much to eat. So we did buy one of those pieces of bread that had like some spices and stuff.
And oregano and all the spices on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yesterday was a good day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, did we get anything else after we did that? Was that all we did?
No,
we did
I
TikTok.
shoveled snow.
Oh yeah, she shoveled snow. That was nice. But so we've been together 11 years and we've been married for 3. And we just try to have a good time. That's it. You know, I mean, now that I found out there's so many things we can do on a low budget, low and no, you know, I mean, that is what's a lot of fun too.
I mean, Pittsburgh really is a great city for that.
Yeah.
They have the city sponsors a lot of stuff. Well, in this case, somebody made a donation, I think, for the opera school to be able to do that.
Okay, yes, I want to talk just a little bit more on that. You know, Judy's mother passed a couple years ago. Judy's mom was one of those people that just donated to all kind of, I mean, we got gloves in here that are from the SPCA and all kind of organizations, calendars from every homeless child or whatever. She donated to each and every, I mean, they took advantage of her, honestly. But yesterday when we were there, and I would say, you know, maybe God or whatever touched on Judy's mom, touched on Judy's heart to make sure that she paid, and it was only like $14 to buy a place, to buy a chance for this gift bags they're giving, but that pays for one kid to be able to go and attend an opera,
right?
You know, one city kid, and that is just so nice. So I mean, that was. Do you have the little book?
No, I don't have it with.
Okay. Because we had told them yesterday we would give them a shout out. That's the Pittsburgh Opera, and if you even go online to their page, the Pittsburgh Opera, there's a donation spot. If you give $14, it allows an inner city kid here, kid, to go to the opera. And honestly, I never experienced nothing like that till I was about 60 or so. Was the first time we ever went.
So, and I think you haven't yet seen a full opera on stage.
No, I haven't. Right? No.
Yeah. So, and it's nice to experience all these things because you never know what's going to grab you. You never know.
So what we found out of that too was, if you would have been a single man, a single woman, a single trans, gay, straight, whatever, when we went to that meetup group yesterday, the variety of people that came to the meetup group to see the opera was a little bit of
ages,
everybody.
All different walks of life.
So you would have had the opportunity to sit there. And the way they do it too is they have all these tables and chairs and coffee. So the man told me, you know, as soon as I introduced myself, he's like, here, have a seat. And I said, well, my wife's here too. And he's like, well, you know, she can sit too. And so they wanted us to have a seat around
with the other folks for the meetup group, so we can have conversation.
Right, so nobody leaves out of there not meeting somebody new.
Right.
And then they were going to lunch afterwards, but they took a little bit of long time.
You know, it was like
we had other stuff we wanted to do.
We got to do this. Yeah. But they were there to meet up and to have an afternoon of it and take their time. You know, we're always like, gotta do this, gotta go home.
Yep.
But you know, but it is nice because, like I said, you know, when we would, one of the first things I noticed about Edie, like if we went out when we first met, and we went out to a dance, if Edie saw anybody sitting alone, she made her way around the room, and anybody she saw sitting alone, she had engaged in conversation with them and brought them over to the group of friends we were.
That worked out real good when I was single.
Well,
Judy thought I'd just be nice
with you.
What'd you say?
You did that even when I was with
That's
you.
because I was just being nice then. Yeah.
But it's a big, because all of us experience that, right? Go someplace alone, you don't know anybody, and it's really hard to just open your mouth, start talking with people because you don't know how friendly people are or not. Right. And so Edie, you know, she's with, I mean, even when I met you at the music festival, it was like that. Yeah. You were with a group of friends and they had a whole display of food out for breakfast. And they said, come on over here and get some breakfast. You know, very great, friendly folks. And it's
so let me answer a couple of the questions over here. Okay. Tammy wants to know, how does the meetup group work? Well, actually, there's an app and it's called meetup.com. You just go on it and you just let it'll ask you, do you like art? Do you like hiking? Do you like, I mean, you just fill in a whole bunch of stuff in like the area you're from,
you like,
you know, all kind of stuff like that. And then you just you can browse through it and see what kind of activities are happening. Like today, there is a concert, a Latin American concert happening here in Pittsburgh that's free at the concert house or whatever. Okay, I see where Heartstopper says, "Are you dating?" No, we're not dating. We've been married for 11 years, and I mean, we've been married for 3 years, and we've been together for 11. So, good morning, everybody else that's on here. Thank you very much for all the new
It's an
follows.
app. Yes, it's an app.
Yes. Yes. So just go on there and do meetup.com. And I'm telling you, I have used it a bunch. I used it to go bicycle riding with people because there's a group that's not too far from here. They meet on one of the trails and they like chit chat and everything, and they go on a bike ride. And it might be like a 10-mile bike ride, but it's so nice because you're not riding alone. Say something happens to your bike or something happens to you, which has happened. And then you got like a group of people with you that are willing to, some of them are really handy. They can fix the thing that's wrong with your bike, or they'll go get their pickup truck, throw it up in there, and everything's fine.
And people with different levels of experience is what you're saying. And so, and if they're in a meetup group, they're all happy to help out.
Right, because they want to be around other people and they want to help out and they want to.
And what this making me think about is when I was a kid, when I was like 10 years old, I was really into theater, into plays and musicals. And so in the summer in Pittsburgh, they would have free plays in the park. I would always go by myself. There wasn't anybody who wanted to go with me.
Yeah, well, I don't think meetups are for the little ones.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is,
but wait, there may be the ones that have like parents that are interested and their kids are interested in this, so they do like a play date where they take their kids all to the play.
I guess my point was that we'll always find things that we may be interested in, that our friends, we've got friends who aren't interested in those things.
Right.
The meetup group is a great way to go and enjoy these things with other folks who enjoy it.
Right. So, I mean, I have found several other things that I've done with the meetup groups, and I think I would like to start one, but it actually costs to start a meetup group.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just go on and say, I want a meetup group.
Right.
Right.
So it's a commitment. And the guy who organized this one, you asked how I knew him. He wanted to introduce me to him. And said, I've seen him over at the theater for years because he would do meetup groups at the theater.
Right. So he does meetup groups for the theater and takes people off to see, different ones like that. So there was a young man there, and he had this really neat name. And it was such a cool name that I can't remember. And I even asked him, is that a name from the Bible or something? It was such a neat name. And he was a young Asian man, and he was he's an engineer. And it just was like all I could think of in my mommy grandma mind was this young man needs hooked up with somebody. I mean, I don't know. I didn't ask him about his. He's an engineer. He's young. He's cute. He was intelligent, sweet, clean, nice haircut, and single. He's at the opera in the middle of the day by himself, and it's like, oh my God, there's got to be some man, woman, somebody out there that would be nice for him.
Yeah, all these hands are going up. No, just kidding.
I was just like, gosh, darn it. But a good thing I'm not around him, because I'd have him hooked up in a weekend. I'd be like, oh, come on. We by the time we went to lunch, I'd see the waitress and say, hey, honey, come over here. Meet. So I want to thank you all for hanging out with us and everything.
The Edie and Judy dating app.
Yes, Becca.
Come meet up at this event. We'll hook
Becca
you up with
said,
someone.
were you guys married before? Yes, I was. I was married to a man for 20 years. First 10 of them was pretty good. The second 10 was just like, God help me. I'll live through it, but I just really don't want to be here no more.
Yeah, and I had, long-term commitments with two women, not at the same time.
You could have, though.
But I didn't know.
Yeah.
And, Nate likes the shirt. Thank you. This is my favorite shirt that Edie got for me, because it's rainbow and it's a rainbow trout.
Right.
I love it.
So Frames of Gold is just dropping in to wish you two a good day. Thank you very much, Frames of Gold. And Bad Stud is saying, hook me up. Well, I mean, I don't know, but he was awful cute, and he was sweet. If you're not following us and you're in here, shame on you. Make sure you follow us. You know what else? If you send gifts, I give Judy a big old kiss. So any gifts you send, I give Judy a big old kiss,
Or
and
vice
then,
versa.
and then that way we can afford to get pizza this afternoon. Welcome in everybody from Pittsburgh. Married 3 years. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. He's Chris Cooley's telling.
Thank you for the gift.
Thank you. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Let's see. So what else is going on? Oh, okay. You got anything you want to cover?
No, I just told everybody working at the opera yesterday that I would give them a shout out. And they got Madam Butterfly coming up next in Pittsburgh in March. Madam Butterfly. All the gay folks like going to that one.
I need coffee, so I want you to talk. No.
No, Edie, don't do this to me. Okay, so you know the drill. I need questions. Or else I go down some rabbit hole into some serious conversation. So, love some good vibes. Greetings from the Netherlands. This is incredible, Edie. Today, everybody's here from all around the world. This is really cool.
They all know I had an online romantic relationship with a woman from the Netherlands.
That's probably her.
Is it?
No.
If it is,
did you have a romantic relationship with Edie online?
Because if it is, then close your eyes because we got some business to take care of.
What's your favorite thing about Edie? Oh, wait, go back. My favorite thing about Edie. Well, I have to think about that.
Neat question, man.
Yeah, it is. I have to think about that.
I can tell you my favorite about Judy.
Okay.
Is that I can trust and depend on her. You know, it's like to know that you can trust and depend on somebody. I mean, I know that no matter what, Judy's in my corner. You know, I know that I lived like my old life before pre-Judy could be stressful sometimes, especially, when I was married for those 20 years and there was a lack of trust and a lack of being able to depend on somebody. I suffer from that post-traumatic stress syndrome from where you're afraid, that either somebody's going to cheat on you or something awful is going to happen. I mean, even here, after all these years, I know you guys can hear the alarm beep, 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 but after all these years, when someone knocks on my door, my heart jumps.
The bill collector's here.
Yes, I feel like a bill collector's here. And I know that with Judy, the bill collectors aren't coming to the door. They're not going to come. They're not going to call my phone. Nothing's going to happen to me. I am okay, but I remember, I feel tears welling up. I remember, this is like one that really, really gets me. When my kids were little, they were just little. And I remember, someone knocking at the door. Yes, it is real. Yes, it is real.
Somebody wrote here that PTSD is real. Relationship.
I remember somebody knocking at the door, and I peeked out, and it was the water man, and he was coming to shut our water off. And of course, my husband wasn't there. I would think he was at work, but I remember taking both the kids and holding them on the bed and holding them under my arms and just making them be real, real quiet.
Wow.
So that they didn't know we were in there. So those kind of things are real. And I know that I'm safe and I'm okay, but that's the big thing, is just knowing that I'm safe and I'm okay.
So now you might think that it's really shallow what I'm going to say, my favorite thing about you, but it's really not. My favorite thing about you is how you make me laugh. You make me laugh and got creative ideas all the time because it's your energy. And why I'm saying this is when I was thinking back at the pandemic, I was in the house with Edie, and she always got me out of bed, up and doing something. And shit, I don't think that you knew this. I told you a few times about it, what a difference it made. But it made such a difference being with Edie because I get my energy from other people, and Edie's got that energy to put out. She might go through depression or who knows what, but she doesn't show it. She just gets up and does stuff and starts laughing, anything to make me laugh.
That's when we made our very best videos.
We did do a lot of fun videos then because so that's one of my favorite things about Edie.
Right. So Frames of Gold says, I have trauma too. It's hard to get over. I don't know when or if I'll ever want to be with someone. Well, I'm really glad to want to be with her. I mean, I'm glad. It's just that there is that little tiny piece of me that just, I mean, and now if somebody knocks at the door, it's usually the FedEx man letting me know that he put the
Brought you
chewy
a
box.
gift.
He put the chewy box
Brought you
on the porch.
another present.
So the
Another gift for Edie.
Yeah. I am a little bit of an online shopper, but I mean, I buy deals. I get good deals.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't pay full price for
No,
anything.
never pay full price for nothing.
Oh, look at all the gifts. Thank
you so much for all the gifts. Yeah, so
Yeah,
what else? Okay, I want to talk about this too.
Can I see some of the other comments?
Go ahead.
There's some other comments because they're going by so fast. And it's hard for me to see it on here.
So Flames of Gold says, I hope I find a safe place too one time. I hope you do too, because, making sure, I mean, we don't realize that there are people out there that are like me that seem to be just almost normal, that seem to be almost normal, that have a piece of them that is that always is in fear. And even though my ex-husband, he never beat me up or nothing like that, it was just that I was always afraid, because I could never ever realize if everything was okay. I mean, it never.
That's the key thing about home. The key thing about home and who you live with is that home is supposed to be a place of nurturing and nourishment and safe and be yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I know if I hear a noise outside, they're not repossessing my truck. My truck's okay. It's out there. It's fine. It's going to be fine. That's it.
Do you still feel safe in the USA?
Well, yes, I do. I feel just as safe in the USA as I would feel almost anywhere I go. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know there's crazy stuff going on right now, and we really try to avoid talking about it. But I can't think of anywhere else, and maybe because I don't experience anywhere else, that I would feel any safer than I feel right here sitting in my dining room. In my dining room,
on top of our hill, with a very friendly neighborhood on the street, and folks who even come and check in on us and make sure we're okay. Home doesn't come with conditions, somebody said on TikTok, and that's very true. Home doesn't come with conditions. And there were some things about relationships that were really bad. And so if you experience this in a relationship, well, if you love me, you would do X, Y, Z. Well, you would prove that you love me. But love doesn't have to be proven. And so when you hear those kind of words, those are your red flags, folks. Those are your red flags, and go and get some help from somebody objective. Not your best friend who just thinks you should be with somebody. But those are red flags. Because, home doesn't come with conditions. And that's the same when people get kicked out for being gay.
Right.
No, it doesn't come with conditions.
Yeah.
Loving on my rainbow family.
Hey, loving on YouTube, mustard on the beat. Thank you very much for all the new followers. If you're not following, please make sure you're following. I think it was so cool how, I think it's so cool how we were able to hit over 80,000 in our followers, and how, it's like I go out, and like yesterday when we were out, I told these people that here we are, we're in our 60s and we have over 80,000 followers on TikTok, and they're just kind of like, what? $80,000? Yes, because people are just like, wow, they don't even believe that here we are old and we're doing this. So what I want to talk about, because I know you guys will probably be able to help inform everybody on here, is, hey, me, let's see, do I know you? Okay, it's Mel.
No. Oh, somebody here, Gandizer, is saying, remember when it used to be if somebody knocked on the door, it was a good thing. They were looking for a loved one or a friend.
Yeah.
Usually it wasn't bad. Now it's either the police, bill collectors, or something else.
Well, I don't think bill collectors knock at the door no more.
No, they just shut it off because everything's digitized now.
Yeah, I don't think they do knock on it. Plus, it's dangerous.
Right.
I mean, I don't know a bill collector in their right mind that would knock on somebody's door saying, I'm here to shut your water off. It's like, are you crazy?
And with so many scams going around too, we don't even want to open the door for somebody.
But see that I was from a small town. I don't know if they do it like that now. I think they probably just send you a letter and let you know that on a certain date, it's going to happen. But I do think that guy that used to do that, knock on people's door and let you know, he did it kind of out of giving you one more chance. And where I lived, they had to dig the street up in order to shut you off. and they didn't want to dig the street up, you know.
I got to get some more coffee. You want more?
Sure.
Yeah, that's the one I just read.
No, I don't. I'm good.
Okay.
But what I want to talk about here
Oh,
is,
anybody else need more coffee?
anybody need any more coffee? Judy's running to the kitchen over here. Let's see. Let me see what this one says. Oh, the folks at work were surprised the other day when I told them. You told them what? What'd you tell them? I missed whatever you told them.
Number of characters got cut off.
Oh my goodness! Did you tell them you were gay? Okay, Kim says he'd like a cup of coffee, and Chris Cooley would like a cup too.
Okay.
Oh, let's see. I'm waiting. Let's see. You both are rays of sunshine on my FYP. Good morning. Good morning, Haley. I always thought that was a pretty name too, Haley. Hey, Cindy. Let's see. What do you want to say? I know. Here, hold on. I'm trying to hold on to it for a few seconds here. Let's see. When you come in, I told them. Oh, okay. I remember. Yes, I was at your job, and that was so exciting. The friend that was with me, she got to experience it twice that day when people recognized me when we went out, and she thought that was pretty cool. She couldn't wait to tell Judy that, she's like, oh my God, you guys are celebrities. So what I want to talk about, and I want you guys to try to help film Judy and I in, because a lot of times, well, I won't even just say a lot of times, I can also say that Judy and I, we try to be informed, but we're not as informed as I would hope. So yesterday I got a message from a young lady, or I'm probably giving her the wrong pronoun, but anyway, yesterday I got a message, and signed that message twice was X. So of course I went and looked it up, and it had something to do with X was, and I guess this is old too. It's just new to me that people are using the symbol X instead of using transgender, instead of doing that. Are you guys familiar with anything like that? Because what I went and watched a couple videos, and like one young lady had said something about it came from Japan, and that people in Japan, when they were transgender, they referred to themselves as X. And so a lot of people here in the United States were starting to do that too, using A.
Using A?
I mean, so X. I'm sorry, I was reading this.
Using X. And it means like two-spirit or something, which is also indigenous from the United States. Indigenous people were using it, two-spirit.
So I hadn't heard anything about it until I had seen that.
Yeah, like that. I thought X meant
That's
Twitter.
what I thought too, but no, the young lady
but
that
not
was.
If they're signing it like that.
Right.
When my wife and I had
See?
MX means non-gender conforming, like Ms. means lady. Oh, okay. And when my wife and I had our twins, X was a gender option for their birth certificate.
Okay. And that's what it had said too, that X was a thing that people were using on their passports, and so that they didn't have to identify with their gender.
Right.
So yeah, I understand what you're saying, Cindy, and we would not think that, but that's not what it's meaning. It's not meaning anything to do with.
He came along.
Yeah, this is before Eli and all his junk. So it has to do with not gender conforming. So what they're saying is people are actually putting it on their passports. So now with everything that's going on in this crazy world, is that people are wanting to like travel, and if you have X on your passport, you're not able to. Yeah, I do remember that too. Only when X meant kiss. Yes, but that's
XOO.
So that's what I was. So that's what I was wanting to ask everyone here, because so many of you are so much younger than us. Thank you for the flowers.
That's right, and I haven't seen it. I have seen MX. I just haven't seen anybody like sign X. So now that was new for me, because I've also seen Latina and Latino, and then instead of the A and O, people started to put X at the end. So I had seen that. X is an option on New York or on NYS IDs. What's NYS?
I don't know. New York City, maybe?
No.
Or New York. I don't know. New York State.
Oh, okay. New York State.
Okay. See, and that's what it was saying when I mean,
Mhm.
it's just that I wasn't aware that this was like a thing. And I
Yeah.
don't remember when I went to get my license and stuff, I don't even remember getting that choice.
No.
Not that, I would have picked it, but
And we have the option to put X on our license in Michigan. And
okay.
my son's teacher is MX. They use they pronoun.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the big thing is they were saying that it was going to be hard because if you'd already put that on your license, that it was going to
Yeah,
be
on your
hard to your
passport.
passport to change it now
Right.
because they just don't change things. Like now
Yeah.
if your birth certificate doesn't match your driver's license, it can be
Mhm.
like confusing, and that's crazy. Let's see. Well, I learned along with you ladies today. Thank you, everyone. I'm glad you learned something too, because that's what, that's part of what we're trying to do here is we're also trying to show you that, you know, that lesbians aren't all bad.
Mhm. And so that is interesting about X. And then it is tough about the passports, and just a little touch of the politics is that things are just hectic and chaotic, which we knew they would be, but we'll get through it. And
Right.
we can say we'll get through it because we look past the history of any country. And it's been, they go through this stuff and we get
So,
through it.
new newsbees, can I talk about where you work or you don't want me to talk about it? Because I would like to
Okay.
tell them about how that works.
Have a wonderful day. You two are lovely. Sounds like branding kind. I prefer people do and be what they want to. Happiness is all that matters.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Noobs works at that Mac bid. Has anybody ever heard of Mac bid? Have you heard of Mac bid? Right? So Mac bid is this thing. It's another app. So you go on there and it turns out there's all these I'm only going to tell as much of it as I kind of understand. It turns out like all this stuff that gets returned back to like Amazon and all those places where you order stuff and probably like Home Depot and all this stuff that gets returned, it all ends up in this huge warehouses all over the
Oh,
place.
okay.
And so you got the app and like say you want to just surf that, you know what I'm looking for, honey? Let me tell you. I want one of those vibrating pad things that you stand on. I bid on one and I didn't get it, but if you happen to be able to send me a message when you see them coming through, I want that real expensive one, that $400 one, and I want to pay like 25 for it.
There you go.
So, so what it is they got that all kind of stuff. Like I was there and they have like lawn mowers and dishes and just
Wow.
anything you could possibly imagine. We should go
Wow.
in sometime just so you can see it.
Just to
When
see
you
it.
walk into this big, huge warehouse,
Uh-huh.
everything's all boxed and just huge. So you bid on it and it keeps sending you. It's almost like Amazon, but you can go to the place, not Amazon, like eBay, but you can
Hmm.
go to the place and look at it.
And then you bid on it
Yeah,
or what?
well, you can bid on it here at home,
Uh-huh.
and you could for $7 you can buy this insurance so that if you get there and it's broken or because some of the
Right.
boxes are open, some of them have not been open, some of them have been slightly used, not used, a little bit of everything.
Nope. Don't you go like that.
I
Okay.
had to get the squirt bottle out because somebody's acting pretty wild in here.
They're
Judy.
okay. They're cats are climbing
Judy.
on there. Cats are climbing on their climbing tree, but one of them wanted to climb on top of the furniture. And they said,
He was going up on top of the china cupboard.
Right. Not to trying to cover it.
Yes. Is it an app or store? Well, it's an app, but there's a store, and it's just really, really cool. So look up the BidMac thing, and if you get something neat, come back and tell me what all you got. Because I do have a friend that has been using it, and she got a few good things she was telling me about. So it was just so nice. Let me see. I'm gonna see what this says here.
We get distracted when
I'm
something
sorry.
a
Yeah,
comment
a
comes
big.
in.
Okay, here you talk for a second. I'll read this.
Oh,
Can you
okay.
guys go
Well, what
watch
were
it
we
and
just
hype
talking about?
up
I'm
the
I'm
newest
I'm kind of
video?
distracted by the cats. We've got two cats and they're jumping
Are
all over
you?
the
No, we
climbing tree.
can't hype up your newest video. For we don't even know what Fortnite is. I can't. Fortnite, is that anything like third night or second night?
uh,
You know, I
maybe.
think. Oh, I think it's a video game.
The video game.
A video game.
You know, it would be nice if somebody would. Yeah, it's a video game.
Okay, wait.
It would
Let
be
me.
nice if
Court,
somebody would teach.
Court,
You know,
are you part of the LGBT plus community? Court, tell me this. I see you begging on there, honey. Don't worry. Don't worry. You're good. You're good. Let's see this video game. This video. Okay, wait, Court. You got to tell me. Yes, you are part. What part of the LGBT plus community are you? What part? Tell me here.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Court. Tell me all about it, please. I'm getting ready to help you out here. I'm helping you, Court. Let's see. My girlfriend is sleeping on my. That's not part of the LGBT. Yeah, I don't care where your girlfriend's sleeping, unless she's sleeping here. Let's see. Okay,
and
Court.
it's the game LGBTQ. Maybe.
Okay, can't help you. Yeah, Frogger. Right. Yeah, I used to like to play Frogger. You're in a long distance relationship. Well, if you get off that Fortnite video game and come out the house, you won't have to be on a long distance relationship. I'll bet you there's a nice person right there in your home community, right there, close by at the coffee shop that would like to spend some time with you. Probably come there and play a game with you.
The last game I played with Mario Brothers. So, you know.
Anyway, now that you have let yourself be known, Court, and that everybody in here knows that you really like that video game, they have the opportunity to follow you right now and go play your game, okay? So thank you very much, and that's about all I can do to help you.
I'm saying that I'm not going to see anybody out because she is my heart.
That's good. I'm happy for you, okay? So hopefully somebody else will go play Fortnite with you, and you guys will have a great time. Let's see.
What is your opinion about trans people not being allowed to use the restroom that they feel comfortable with and being made to use the disabled restroom in public spaces? Is that happening in the UK, Nate?
Yeah, is that?
And here, I mean, in the United States, all kinds of.
I think it's happening
on what city
where you're at.
Yeah.
It's depending on what store you're in and everything. I mean, honestly, I'm okay with using the restroom with men or women or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I don't like going in the restroom and the seat's up and there's urine all around it.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like it. And I only know that there's only a certain sex that lifts the seat up and has urine all around it, So I don't care what what pronoun you use. Do not put urine all around the seat.
There we go.
Otherwise, I don't care where you go. Just don't dirty it up when you're in there.
What was funny, so I don't remember what airport we're in, but we're in an airport where they have a huge bathroom in the airport where everybody can go in.
It was huge.
Female and male all go in. And you could tell with some people, this was real. I mean, for me, it was really different having been there, but you could tell with some people, it was like really strange. They didn't know what to do, but they had no time to go find another bathroom. And
there were people that walked up to the door and you could see they were just like, what? There's men in there? And they would actually turn around and walk like a mile or half a mile down through the airport to get to the ones that were designated.
Right. I mean, these were bathrooms that wasn't designated that everybody could use.
Right. Okay.
I mean, the bathrooms aren't built well to begin with. I agree. Put the seat down.
I just can't stand it. But maybe that's
Don't be nasty. Pretty easy.
Yeah. But you know what, though? That could be part of my own little quirk or whatever, because I have only one son. And I raised him as well as a good mommy could raise a son, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm going to tell you one thing you will not find. You will not find that seat up. Now, he may not put the pretty lid down because that bothers me too. We always put the lid down. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But you never find that lid up. That makes me just nauseous. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, for me, it's about cleanliness and not anything falling in the toilet.
So I just think it's nice, Yeah,
it's clean. It's clean.
Let's see.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I would feel very strange going into same bathroom as a woman.
Well, but they don't have a urinal on the wall. I think that'd be fun. That's what I want to see. We never ever, as women, come on now. Have you ever went into a men's bathroom and seen men using a urinal?
No, I've never seen.
Me neither. And as a woman, That's
Mhm.
one thing we've never seen. I think it'd be kind of fun to go in there and like just walk past them and just see them there just doing their
So
thing.
there was an artist who showed me a mural that was painted on the wall in the men's bathroom where the urinals are.
Uh
It's huge, the whole wall, and there's women pointing down and laughing.
huh. That'd be good.
And it's like,
That'd be
where did
good.
somebody make this mural on the
Yeah.
bathroom wall?
Well, I mean, we all know that. I mean, this is where I could get in trouble, right? So if by chance something happens and I get knocked off TikTok and I end up over here on YouTube, this is where you'll find us on Edie and Judy Rainbow Grannies.
So with this, I figured, Nate, this must have happened. Nate said I actually got banned from a pub because I used the men's restroom and refused to use the disabled restroom. Because the disabled restroom for everybody, so it's not gender specific, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a transition, and people have to get used to this transition, and it takes time. And I'm
Well,
sorry that
what I'm
happened, Nate. I
what
mean,
I'm
it's like,
saying is with men and their private parts,
mhm,
it's always such a mystery, right? It is. It's a mystery. When you look at men, unless they tie it in a knot and put
mhm,
a sock in there, you have no idea like what's
mhm,
going on behind there.
mhm,
We saw
mhm.
that yesterday, remember?
Yeah,
And so I think it would be kind of fun to walk. I mean, because you're not going. Otherwise, you don't. The mystery's still a mystery.
mhm,
I think it's fun that they have this mystery because us as women, our mysteries, I think, are out there.
right,
I think, I
yeah.
mean, so I think it
Yeah.
would be fun to walk in there and be like, ooh, or be like, ah, like, or just like,
Well,
oh my God.
what the thing is, when guys are using the urinal, they can't see each other either. When
I
they
think they can.
stand,
They be peeking.
yeah,
They
well,
be
yeah, I
peeking.
do hear about the gay guys who would be
Hey,
peeking.
you know what?
What
That
about the
means we
straight
could
guy?
go in there with one of those things, the pee thing.
Hmm.
Remember what's that thing
Hmm.
called?
Yeah, the pee thing.
The pee thing. And just sort of stand beside them and do
Hmm.
our pee thing and look over
Hmm.
and say, huh. Don't you think that'd be fun?
Oh, I think you get the crap beat out of you.
Are
Are
you
you
ever
ever sad?
sad?
But
Me?
did it look like she never sad?
Oh, yes, I am. I'm sad. I was sad a few minutes ago. Remember when I was telling you about the man knocking on my door, trying to shut off the water when I used to be married?
Yeah,
Then I was
yeah, and
sad.
you're holding your kids, and
Yeah, that was
they were
sad.
quiet.
hmm
Yeah.
hmm You know what? That guy just recently sent me a friend request.
With the
The
guy.
man that was the water man.
Oh
That's
yeah.
how small of a town I came from.
Wow.
He sent me
Wow.
a friend request because
Wow. I'm drinking, I would have mentioned, I'm drinking O&M coffee. We're drinking Teddy Graham latte flavor today. I'm just loving this coffee. So I want to thank O&M for sending us this one. Edie had ordered the Maui grog one, which I love, and then they sent us this one to try out.
it's good. You
Yeah, and it's
enjoying it?
good. I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it. And their coffee, I believe their coffee is organic, and I just love it. I just love it. Send us more, O&M. We're happy to drink this and give
More
you a shout
coffee,
out.
O and
Oh my
M. More
God, this
coffee.
is
We drink
great.
all this coffee all the time.
And we do drink medium. We drink either light or medium. If it's dark, then it becomes difficult.
Yeah.
But,
So good morning,
wow.
Deanna. How you doing? It's good to see you.
Oh, I gotta read this. Their coffee is sourced from the finest fair trade certified and women owned farms around the world. Hey, how about that?
That's pretty nice.
Cool.
I'm
So,
gonna have a woman's own farm here pretty soon.
yes, you
We
are.
are.
We
We're
are
gonna
women
be
owned
Rainbow.
farm.
Oh my God.
Rainbow Grannies Farm.
Rainbow Grannies Farm. We should get us
The
some of
weather
them,
farmer.
the bib overhauls and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, there we go.
Dun 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 dun
Dun dun
dun dun dun
dun dun.
dun.
I bet some of you don't know what that means, but I know
Okay,
the
we've been
others do
together
know.
11 years and we've been married for 3. Thank you very much. This has been a really nice conversation. We've been on here about an hour now and we've enjoyed our coffee. Is there anything else you guys would like
Hey,
to talk
Saturday
about?
Night Live. Anybody into the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary? Because they're having a big show on tonight about it. But I was watching yesterday. They had the very first Saturday Night Live show. They aired it yesterday. I watched an hour of it because being up to 11:30 at night was hard for me. It was so much fun watching the first one and seeing how much it changed since then. It was so cool. But even then, they had the weekend update. They always had the weekend update, the news. It
Yes.
was cool. But I also watched yesterday for 3 hours, 3 hour show about all the musicians and singers they had on there over the last 50 years.
Well,
And
we
that
all
was
know where I was,
fascinating.
right? I can't help
Yeah.
it. I can't help it. I love sleep.
So anybody else
They're
watching?
all
Anybody
singing the
else into
words
it?
to Green Acres.
Yeah.
Everybody on there,
Yeah.
Green Acres is a place to be.
Be
Farm living is the life for me. Land spreading out so far and wide. Keep Manhattan, just give me that countryside. Dun, 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 dun. New York is where I'd rather stay. I get allergic smelling hay. I just enjoy a penthouse view. Darling, I love you. Forgive
Give me
me
Fifth
for that.
Avenue.
Avenue. Mm.
So here's somebody else here also watched it. I actually remembered parts of it. This is Saturday Night
Yes,
Live, or is this
I think it's Saturday Night Live.
okay? Cause we got both TV shows going on now.
Let's see. Well, I'm going now. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much, Kim. Make sure you're following and make sure you come on back.
Yeah, someone else. I'm
We're
looking
here every
forward to it tonight.
Saturday.
I am so looking forward to watching the 50th anniversary show of Saturday Night Live. I put it on our calendar.
Beth says she still
I still
misses
miss Gildy.
Gilda.
Oh, she's so funny. She
Yes.
was so funny.
So tonight maybe you could try to wake me up.
Okay.
You know, because I wish I'd have woke up last night and saw what you were talking about, and I probably could have if I wouldn't have been in such a nice, quiet, warm world, and I didn't have a cat snugged up against me.
Says, I remember not being allowed to watch Saturday Night Live. What was funny is I saw some of the comedians who are on there now who were talking about how their parents watched Saturday Night Live when they were growing up, and now here they're the kids and they're on the show as comedians.
So
And it's
Disney
like, I didn't
says
think about
Nate
that.
says he's been binge watching Waterloo Road. That must be a UK show, huh?
Yep, it sounds like it.
Let's see.
Rosanna Donna.
The 80s Saturday Night Live was the best. That's what Boom's saying. Let's see. Then I saw one of the dog treat commercials with Dobermans. I don't know. You saw the dog treat?
I actually watched Saturday Night Live when it first aired. I know because it first must have been 1973, and I was watching it in the 1970s.
Yes,
So-
it is hard to believe it's been on 50 years. Honestly, I mean,
been
I
on
think
for
this year or real
Yeah.
soon coming is a couple of years. It will be my 50th anniversary for
For your
reunion
school, wow.
for getting out of high school, and it's just like I can't be out of high school 50 years.
50 years.
I just sobered up. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my God, you know, I never got to like, wow. But I mean, not that there's nothing I really wanted to do that I didn't get to do. If I could go back now, though, in the world that it is right
Mhm.
now, I would go to the dance with a same-sex partner.
Yeah.
I would ask you. I'd ask you to go to the prom with me.
Would I get to wear a tuxedo too?
Yep. We'd match it.
Yeah. Saturday Night Live started in 1975. Right. I said 73. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would ask me to go to the prom?
Yes, I would. Yes.
Would I say yes?
Yes, and then I'd probably try to knock you up. Remember how people got knocked up on prom night?
And that was how they all decided to marry their high school sweetheart.
That's what happened. Next thing you know, you're engaged. Oh shoot! How you doing? How you feeling? Oh
But
my
I
goodness!
was wearing the tux.
You are.
We're both wearing the tux. No one's getting knocked up.
Well, no, but I'm gonna try.
Baby Judy.
Yep.
If I could go back, I would take band and auto mechanics.
Oh, yeah. I took band.
Yeah. I said, I don't know why some of these comments, people writing comments on TikTok and now they have them faded to see if the host says okay. It's, okay
It's
to
probably
make that
something
comment.
to do with the settings, you know. I mean, gosh, but that anyway. Tracy here is saying, I said wow, and to you
Get
knocked up. Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, I know I surprised you all with that.
Our local station had the second chance prom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know. And
Well, wait a minute. You're from our area. You need to private message me and let me know where your second chance prom is.
Yeah, because I was just going to say that Pittsburgh would always have a prom, a gay prom, for all us grown-ups that never got to go. So, do you still play the instrument you did in band?
No.
And
But I haven't made out underneath the bleachers in a long time either. So I
do you
guess I
make
could.
out under the bleachers?
You want to see?
I didn't do wood shop because there was only guys back then.
Well, back then they actually wouldn't let. I wanted to take drafting. I loved drawing and creating and stuff, and I wanted to take drafting, and they wouldn't let me take it neither because it was an all boy class.
Yeah.
So I ended up taking dental assisting, and that's how I ended up being a dental technician and making dentures all those years.
So that's interesting because when I was in school, once a week we went to another school where we learned all kinds of trades. And so it would be all those. It didn't matter.
What amazes me up here is the difference between like where I'm from, a little small town, it's just one high school. It is what it is. And up here, you've got those one kind of high school STEM ones and the artistic ones and dance schools and all this stuff. And so I don't know if it's good or bad. It's kind of good in a way because if your kid's interested in theater, they get to go to a school that focuses on that. But I don't like to see them tunnel them into something before they get it.
Yeah, no, what happened is those schools started, they called magnet schools in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh by neighborhood is very divided up by race and ethnicity. And so Pittsburgh started this thing called magnet schools so that it would bring everybody from all over the city who had an interest in the arts would go to that school. Everybody from all over the city who had an interest in like military academy kind of stuff would go to that school. And
I don't think they
there was a
know.
way to do integration, but they still get the full academic education.
Because the ones that involve like having when you're an engineer, they have I just think it's so unfair to the kids that have an opportunity to learn more about engineering opposed to the ones that don't, because but I feel bad because our school in that little town in Ohio didn't help. You just kind of was just there.
Well, the thing is with all these specialties, there might be a little bit of them in other schools, but it wasn't a big focus. So I liked it. I liked it, but I think I liked the way it integrated people in the city. It was kind of like meetup groups. Everybody who had a certain interest could go to this school.
Yeah.
And they met people they would never meet otherwise because, the kids couldn't travel from neighborhood to neighborhood.
Lily grew up in a rural town. Maybe that's why the girls got to do shop too. See, I was I didn't get, we did in high school, I got to, but I went to a vocational school.
Yeah.
And I graduated in 1978. And in that vocational school, there was a lot of girls that wanted to take auto mechanics or auto body or construction or something like that. And they wouldn't let you. You had to take, the beauty one, what do they call it? Cosmetology and dental assisting and then office machines. It almost nauseates me. Right. It nauseates me. And I remember when we got our first boy in typing class, everybody was like, ooh, he's, and he was like one of the football players. He just thought it was fun to be over there with the girls. So that's what he said. That's what he said.
Yeah, well, then we say things like my family would talk about my grandmother and saying how my grandmother, she was at home, she fixed everything.
Yeah.
And she was at home, she figured out how to fix everything. And the family started thinking about her and saying, she was probably an engineer. But in her day, if she could do anything, it was like you can go to nursing school.
Yes.
Or you could be a teacher.
So do me a favor while you're here, make sure you tap that screen. I can't believe there's only 37,000 likes there. So also there's a little heart up there that says 102 right now. If you click on that little heart and that'll give us some kind of love. And I don't think it costs anything to do that. So good morning from Cleveland. You know what? I can't remember. I bought us tickets to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I can't remember what
day,
what app I bought them on.
Oh.
I didn't buy them on their regular app. I bought them on one of those sales app
And
things.
so we don't know when we have
no,
the ticket.
we don't
It
have
wasn't for a specific day.
No, we
go
just had
anytime.
them, right. And so
Right.
I thought about it yesterday.
Ah.
Let's see, I tried to get into carpentry program, but because I was femme, I wasn't accepted. Only studs got in. Oh, let's see that. And then Tracy says, I was one of the few women to graduate in mechanical engineer with honors. Congratulations. You know, see, and that's it. They back then, I mean, they did keep us out of things. There was all kind of things that, I hope that's not what the plan is now. There was all kind of things that we all had interest in and everything, and we didn't want to make quilts and stuff like that. You know, sewing class. We did have sewing, and we had foods when I was in 8th grade, and that was kind of, you know, that's when I learned how to like make a skirt. Remember, everybody made a skirt. Did you take sewing class?
Well, it was the vocational school that we went to once a week. I did sewing, I did carpentry, I did welding.
Oh, see, I was in 8th grade, and we had sewing class every day. We'd go to sewing class, and then the next half of the year we had cooking class, and we made like biscuits and cookies and stuff like that. So all the boys thought we were just the sweetest things because.
I also had restaurant management. I mean, we learned all kinds of things at the vocational.
No, we didn't learn nothing. Well, they did have that. And they had that for, that was a mixed class. There was
we even had guinea pigs and learned about health and animal health.
You know what? The cooking class, though, at the vocational school only had one young man in it. I remember him.
Yeah.
Yes. And he was in it. He was fun because when they cook in the afternoon, he would bring the cart around with food that they had made. And let's see. Autumn said they made bagels and quilts. That's about it, isn't it? Let's see. Lily says, my dad did a lot of woodworking. I used to play around with it at home. Right. I mean, my grandpa did a lot of it. He built the house that we lived in. And so I was out there sitting on the piece of wood while he sawed it for him. Let's see. We did the same in home ec. That's what we called it. Yeah, we called it that too.
Boys and girls required to take it in the sixth. And that was the thing. I mean, the magnet school we're talking about. So the one with the school for the arts. So there was the theater arts. And so with everybody, girls and boys and everybody in between, right? We're taking everything. So you learn how to make design and make costumes, and you learn how to design and build a set. I mean, it was all theater.
That's nice. I would have enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I took genetics back then. Wow, genetics. Now that would have been cool.
Wow.
Yeah. How old are you? Because I'm probably not Desire Perez. Yeah, well, that's such a sexy name, ain't it? Yeah. What's your name? Desire Perez. Oh.
I write in journal for myself, but I don't write professionally. I got a BA in English. And yes, home ec, worthless class. Our teacher was young 20-year-old that couldn't cook.
Yes. You know, they did miss out on an opportunity. I'm trying to fix that. They did miss out on an opportunity. There was so many things that we should have learned. Like I remember when my son graduated, and he's not that old. He's 37 or so. He didn't have an idea how to write a check. And we had to show him how to write a check. Those kind of things were really important that they should have taken time out to teach young people, you know, or just hang a picture on the wall. Just common everyday things that we might just need. Change the oil. Wouldn't that have been a nice thing to learn how to change the oil in the car?
Yeah. My heart is sad about the current day about America, but having proud women like you restore faith.
Yep, it's going to be okay, Rose. Everything's going to be okay. Thank you very much for all the new followers.
And Beth here said I had to take a personal finance class.
Oh, well, then that's good, Beth, because, I mean, a lot of people don't know how to keep track of their. I mean, I know a lot of it's automatic now, but it's nice when you can sit down with a piece of paper and be able to keep track of who you wrote that check out to, or who you sent money to Amazon or whatever.
Yeah, I took multimedia, so I learned a lot of digital programs. A lot of life skills are not taught.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Life skills is what we need, you know. I think it should just be an automatic class, because there are just things that are just ridiculous that they have no idea how to do.
Yeah. I homeschool my kids.
Yes, doing their taxes. Doing their taxes would be, you know, because back then, taxes, if you were to do your taxes, it would just been a basic thing. It didn't have investments and all that kind of stuff. So even if they had all the kids like make a pretend income of, you know, they made maybe $20,000-$30,000 a year, and broke it down and showed them how to go and do this. Even right now, they've got that software and stuff. If they had them all sitting in class, do the software, you know, something real, something real. Yeah, TurboTax, something real that they might really be able to use.
We're getting all the gifts. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, thank you so much for all the gifts.
We've been on an hour on YouTube. Do we want to make another YouTube hour, or do we want to just keep it going?
We should probably shut down.
Okay. We're going to shut down and restart YouTube. Everybody on YouTube, come on back and find us again. We're going to open up another channel, but hang on. I won't shut this one down until I get the next channel set up.
Let's see.
And ready to go.
I'll read over here. TurboTax apparently has a process that you can file for free. They have little tutorial to explain it. Yes, and that would be nice for young folks that, you know, have basic, you know, even working at McDonald's and stuff like that, where they don't have like a whole bunch of stuff to be able to take care of their taxes and everything like that, you know, and teach them in school and have the teacher go over it and make sure, instead of making it so complex, you know. Autumn, thank you very much. I want to thank everybody for following us. Judy's reopening up our YouTube channel. If you get a chance, come over to YouTube and follow us on there. Make sure that you're got your bell clicked on so that when we send a video, you guys will get the message. This way, what she's doing right now is restarting it, is so that the video isn't 2 hours long, so that it only makes it an hour long for each video.
Okay, so I'm going to shut off this one now and open up the other one. So come on and jump on right back.
So we're getting ready to go.